So I just wanted to thank everyone for their prayers, for my wife. God bless all of you and God bless your families. It really means a lot in my heart that all of you, at least most of you, even haters to the most part, with the, exceptions of little insults and ball breaking, even the haters expressed, obviously, their prayers and best wishes for my wife. So I wanted to thank you all for that and give you an update. What's going on is this. My wife has 3 tumors in her brain. The great staff, tremendous medical professionals, I would prefer not to disclose where my wife is getting her treatment, feel that the radiation is what caused these 3 masses to get like large and to grow in size. See, my wife did get radiation to shrink these tumors, but it seemed to have an opposite effect. She got this like over a year ago, the radiation, but it seemed unfortunately to have the opposite effect in the long term, not really long term, but like over a year. Initially, it did do its job and it shrunk the tumors to pretty small sizes, but the doctors feel that that's what's causing them to grow. It's just a side effect of radiation. Radiation affects a lot of things in the brain, man. It affects the new cells. It has been shown to cause these things to happen. Additional cancers, tumors growing, from certain side effects. Again, I just want to be clear, I'm not a medical professional. I am not a doctor. But, this was told to me from medical professionals, and I, have been reading a lot and studying a lot. So what they're hoping for is steroids. The steroids that she's been on has been reducing the inflammation. She was in tremendous pain. She's not in pain right now. And they're actually releasing her, if you could believe this, okay, to come home and to take steroids for the next, I think, 4 weeks. Then she's going to go back and she's got to do, a new MRI, a new PET scan, and they're going to determine if the steroids, so far the steroids have actually helped. She has one tumor that's really scary. There's bleeding going on, but the bleeding is inside the tumor. It has not left the tumor. See, at first, when we went to the first hospital, they weren't trained professionals in terms of brain cancer. That's why they shipped us to the best facility in New Jersey, which again, for privacy reasons, I don't want to mention where she's going for treatment. But they made me understand that they put her in, they noted her account as critical condition. They said that it was a life-threatening situation. They actually told me she could die within 24 hours. That's why initially I was really freaking out, because what happened was they did a CAT scan, not a PET scan. They did a CAT scan, and the CAT scan indicated that there was blood in the brain. So they just rushed her to a top-notch cancer facility that specializes in the brain in New Jersey, and they told me she was in critical condition. It was life-threatening. But after now that she's been here for the last 3 days, they totally examined her. They feel look, it's not a good thing to have. She's a very high risk for stroke, because the thing is, this is the thing. If the tumor keeps growing, it's putting pressure onto the tissue in the brain. And what happens is there could be a hemorrhage. And if it hemorrhages, because the blood right now is trapped in the tumor, but if it hemorrhages and the blood comes out, the blood basically kills off all the oxygen in the brain. Most cases, brain hemorrhages can lead to death. So that's why they considered it at the original hospital we went to a medical emergency that she had, because they saw blood. When they see blood in a tumor, that's it. Medical emergency. It could be terminal. Thank God, as of right now, it seems like it's contained. The blood seems like it's contained in the tumor and has not entered into the brain, but it's still very concerning. So that's it. Because a lot of these haters were saying, how come she went from ICU? Because, they hate on everything I say. They're like, why did she go from ICU to a regular hotel room? Hospital room. It seemed like a hotel room because it had its own private little thing going on. It had its own view, this own seating area. She had a shower. She had her own shower in there. I mean, it was beautiful. It seemed like a hotel suite, but it was a hospital room. They put her down to this room because it was their intention to release her, because they said, look, before we go into brain surgery, which is the next thing I'm about to get into, let's give one option a shot. Let's give one option a shot. Let's see, make her go home. There's no reason at this point for her to be in a hospital, they said. Let's see, the steroids has not shrunk the tumors, but the inflammation. That's the thing. It seems like it's working. It's helping her because it was caused from radiation, and steroids has a very, very strong track record in terms of tumors that have been enlarged due to radiation to relieve the inflammation and tension with steroids. So that's the plan. 4 weeks of steroids. Let's see if it has an effect. If it does work, the tumors shrink. She's able to live. She's comfortable. She may be able to avoid brain surgery. But what the doctors have explained to me is after 4 weeks, if the tumors are still at the same size, the tension is still there in terms of the discomfort and the pain, and it's still continuing to grow, there seems like there's no other choice but brain surgery, which is something we're not looking forward to. I don't want that to happen, and we're trying to avoid it at all costs. So it is still a very, very serious situation, obviously. It's very serious because just a month from now, she'll be having major brain surgery. So this is we're not off the hook by any means, but we just keep praying. We go day by day, and with God in our corner, hopefully, I pray every day to him that he will reach out and help my wife just to keep her strong and keep her going. And I would like to say completely be cancer free. I don't think that's possible at her stage. When you reach a certain stage, like stage 4, it's just about maintenance. It's just about keeping this person alive. The cancer you can't really get rid of it. Even if they did have a brain operation, they can't get rid of all the cancer. The tumors will eventually come back. It's like you're fighting the inevitable, which is a terrible, terrible thing to say, and it breaks my heart. But that's all that you could do. All you could do is just keep that person alive with hopefully the most quality of life possible. That's the thing. You don't want major side effects. You don't want the person losing memory, off balance. You don't want none of that stuff. But that does come with brain surgery, which is why it's a last resort. But that's the updated, information on my wife. I pray for her. God bless her. God, please give her health. God, my family needs her. We all need her. Just please let her get better. And also, God bless you. And I wish all of you the best of health as well. Even haters. I wish all of you. Everybody the best of health, happiness, and success. God bless.